Hello, history lovers and mystery seekers, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're journeying back in time, deep into Britain's Neolithic past, to uncover a story that's been buried for millennia. We all know Stonehenge and Avebury, those colossal stone circles that dominate the landscape and our history books. But what if I told you there was another, a monument so vast it dwarfed even Stonehenge, and yet it has been almost entirely forgotten? Get ready, because we're about to explore Britain's lost superhenge, Mardenhenge. Picture this: a massive circular earthwork enclosing an area of over 15 hectares. To put that into perspective, you could fit 10 football pitches inside it. Located in the picturesque Vale of Pewsey in Wiltshire, Marden sits right between the famous ceremonial landscapes of Stonehenge and Avebury. It's not a stone circle, but a henge, a huge enclosed space defined by a bank and an internal ditch, a sacred arena for the people of the Neolithic. For centuries, Mardenhenge lay hidden in plain sight, its enormous banks slowly eroded by millennia of farming and weather. It was known to local antiquarians, but its true scale and significance were largely overlooked. Unlike its stony cousins, Marden didn't have the dramatic photogenic megaliths to capture the public imagination. Its story was written in the earth itself, waiting for the right tools and the right people to read it. That moment came with modern archaeology. Using advanced techniques like magnetometry, which allows archaeologists to see what's beneath the soil without digging, researchers began to peel back the layers of time. What they found was astonishing. The geophysical surveys revealed the ghost of a once mighty monument, its circular ditch and bank clearly visible in the data. But the biggest surprise was waiting at its very heart. At the center of this colossal enclosure, they discovered something unique: the remains of an incredibly rare artificial mound. Dubbed the Hatfield Barrow, this mound was about 50 meters in diameter. But this wasn't just any burial mound. Excavations revealed a perfectly preserved floor, a surface that was last walked upon over 4,500 years ago. Imagine that, stepping onto a surface that hasn't felt a human foot since the time the Great Pyramids were being built in Egypt. The floor was made of a mixture of clay and chalk, and laid out upon it were pristine flint tools and beautifully crafted pottery shards. But the most incredible discovery was what was missing. There was no central burial. This mound wasn't a tomb in the traditional sense. So what was it for? This is where the mystery deepens. Archaeologists believe the Hatfield Barrow was a sauna. Evidence suggests a timber structure was built on this floor. Large quantities of fire-cracked stones known as pot boilers were found nearby. The theory is that stones were heated in massive fires and then brought inside the structure. Water would have been poured over them, creating immense clouds of steam. It would have been a place of ritual purification, a ceremonial steam lodge, right in the heart of Britain's largest henge. This wasn't just a place to get clean. For Neolithic people, such an experience would have been profoundly spiritual. The intense heat, the disorienting steam, the darkness punctuated by glowing stones. It would have been a gateway to another state of consciousness, a place to connect with ancestors and spirits. The sheer effort required to build and operate this structure tells us how vital these rituals were to their society. But the wonders of Marden don't stop there. The excavations also unearthed the skeleton of a young woman, dating back to the late Neolithic or early Bronze Age. She was buried with a decorated pot, a poignant and personal connection to the people who once called this sacred landscape home. Who was she? Was she a priestess, a leader, or simply a member of the community granted a special place in this hallowed ground? We may never know for sure, but her presence adds another human layer to this ancient site. So why was Mardenhenge built, and why was it abandoned? Marden is perfectly positioned on the River Avon, which connects the landscapes of Avebury and Stonehenge. It seems to have been a central meeting point, a place where communities from across the region could gather for festivals, ceremonies, and trade. Its location by the water was likely no accident. Rivers were the highways and spiritual pathways of the ancient world. The construction of Marden would have required the cooperation of hundreds, if not thousands, of people. It was a statement of power, community, and belief, etched into the very fabric of the landscape. They moved an estimated 200,000 tons of earth using nothing but antler picks and shoulder blades. The scale of the undertaking is simply mind-boggling. The decline of Mardenhenge is as mysterious as its purpose. Over time, the great henges fell out of use. Beliefs changed, societies evolved, and the focus of ritual activity shifted. Marden, once the bustling heart of a ceremonial landscape, slowly fell silent. The river that was its lifeblood may have also been its undoing, with floods gradually silting up its ditches and helping to erase it from memory. The plows of later farmers did the rest, leveling the great banks until only a faint impression remained. Today, Mardenhenge stands as a powerful reminder that history is full of forgotten chapters. It challenges our Stonehenge-centric view of prehistoric Britain and reveals a world that was far more complex and varied than we ever imagined. It's a place where archaeology has brought a lost world back to life, revealing tales not of kings and battles, but of community, ritual, and a deep connection to the natural world. The story of Mardenhenge is still being written. Each new discovery adds another piece to this fascinating Neolithic puzzle. It teaches us that sometimes the greatest treasures are not made of gold or stone, but are hidden just beneath our feet, waiting for us to look a little closer. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. What do you think was the true purpose of this magnificent henge? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this exploration into our ancient past, please hit that like button. And don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you won't miss our next historical adventure. Until next time, stay curious.